Welcome, everyone, to the latest 49ers scouting sessions. We're your 49ers scouts, Grant Cohn, Jack Hammer. And today we're going to be looking at Zach Wilson against Coastal Carolina. It's the only game he lost. I haven't watched it yet. Jack's already prepared because Jack does his homework, and I just fly by the seat of my pants. Jack, how you doing? What should we know about this game before we see it?
I'm doing really good. Thanks for having me on, Grant.
Of course.
I think the thing with this game is you got to remember this is the one time where they weren't really prepared as well as the rest of the season, right? This is the game that was basically set up like on Monday morning for a Thursday evening, Friday evening. I remember when it was kind of game. And then they had to fly cross country. So there were some difficulties with preparation for BYU getting set up for this one, at least on their side, partly probably due to the travel. So, and the other thing too is that this is the one time all season where you actually see I keep calling him Josh Wilson for whatever reason, but where you keep seeing Zach Wilson getting pressure. He has people in his face constantly. And you can see throughout this game that Coastal Carolina came in, they said, we're going to get in this guy's head. We're going to push him around. We're going to get in him. We're going to hit him all over as much as we can. And let's see how he responds. And I think as we go through the game, you'll see how that plays out.
And another thing you need to know about Coastal Carolina is they had the number 19th ranked defense in the league. They gave up 20.2 points per game. So this is a serious defense he's facing.
Yeah.
All right. Definitely. So let's check it out.
So it's a roll just for everybody. The tape on this is a little spotty. There's going to be some times where we're going to not get the quality that we normally get, but it's pretty good for the most part.
This was right, because I guess this is Coastal Carolina we're getting the film from. So who knows how set up they are for stuff like this. Anyway.
Yeah.
So where are we starting here?
This was the first play of the game. So they came out throwing. They're backed up and they run their little. We'll be able to see it from the back end. He hits this guy in the flat though or with the curl, and he takes it the rest of the way. So what I like about this one is I've talked a lot about Wilson and his lack of pressure. He does a really nice job here with moving to get this ball out. So they do a little play action. And he's looking in the middle of the field. Nice job stepping up, guys in his face, and delivering the ball to the outside.
That's really nice. First play of the game. Got a free rusher coming right at him. Keeps his eyes downfield. Really quick release. Throws off platform. Across the field. That's beautiful. And then the guy throws.
Yeah. He takes it 91 yards the rest of the way.
Yes.
So,
but I mean, I think it's cool to see this. You can see how. I mean, I'm not sure that Mac Jones would have made this play. He may not have had the. He may have. Justin Fields may not have had the quick release. He may have taken off and run. Trey Lance probably would have ran. That's Zach Wilson. That's exactly what Zach Wilson does. It's really nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. He does a really good job on this one of stepping up and finding the guy. So really, you got to really give him credit for that.
No doubt. That's a touchdown, and he made that play.
Yeah.
Along with the wide receiver.
Oh, definitely. Okay. Yeah. And they come out here, run the ball on first down.
And you see it's an outside zone from the pistol. There is some carryover from what he did in BYU to what he would do on the Niners if he were to fall.
Yep.
And if he doesn't fall to the Niners, he's going to go to the Jets and run the same exact offense.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this was the other part of it, though. So he had that really nice play on first down, and we come back here on this is his second throw of the game. It's just an easy speed out to the outside, and he just airballs this one to the sidelines.
Ooh. Okay.
So, there's been a few people that have brought this up with his game where he makes these tremendous throws and then comes back with a play like this, and the ball just sails on him.
Oh wow. See, he's a really good athlete, but when people compare him to Patrick Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers, I think that's just a little rich.
It is. He's not anywhere near those two. At least I don't. I know. The thing is, I don't know. I didn't see Patrick. I've never seen Patrick Mahomes tape from when he was in college. I've only seen bits and pieces that people put out there. So I can't really say what he was like in college. But there are in the NFL. He's not anywhere close to that at this point.
Okay. So one errant throw. Let's see how he does the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Now we're at 3rd and 8 here.
Yeah, 3rd and 8, they're going to run a little option, and he's going to take it for a first down. And that's where they use him quite a bit in the running game on these options, or either on an option like this, or they'll run the read.
Yes, it's interesting. It seems to me that they use him as a passer a lot in like 1st and 2nd down when they're on their own side of the field when you can disguise run and pass.
Yeah, they will. And he's a really good athlete, and I just don't like what he's doing here at the end of the play. I understand it's college and you want to try to fire up your teammates, whatever, but I just really don't like the fact that he's putting his head down and try to run over the safety at the end of the play. He kind of gets caught up a little bit, but then at the end of the day, he puts his head down.
Oh, I see. He's trying to show his toughness here.
It could be a little bit of that.
A little bit of that.
There was a lot going into this game because both teams are ranked. It was really, this game was really hyped up too.
Yeah, and as you said, Coastal Carolina came out and tried to rough him up, so I think he was trying to show that he's, not soft.
Yeah, I think there could have been some of that.
Yeah.
And then they got a couple of running plays here back to back.
What was this?
Oh, maybe I'm off.
Here he's throwing the ball.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I skipped. Yeah, so this one, there's just nobody open. He's getting some pressure. This is actually a really nice movement from him again.
Yeah.
He's got the free rusher, good step. There's just nobody open, and he delivers the ball out there, and he throws it, wide.
It's good to finally see him under pressure because most of the tape he's just totally protected.
Yes.
So that's a good decision. Way to get the ball. He gave the guy the chance. Really, he threw the ball away.
Yeah, I think he's throwing it in his direction, saying, "Hey, if you can make a play on this, go get it. If not, at least it's not going to get picked."
Yeah, good smart play. Okay, handoff.
Yep. And then that's where they have a couple of runs there.
Okay, so here we got 3rd and 5. They're going to run it again. They're going to run it again.
Yeah, 3rd and 5. They run it again.
Interesting. They don't let him. They don't have him throw on 3rd down. They don't have him throw in the red zone too much. It's interesting. I mean, if the guy is Aaron Rodgers, you don't take the ball out of his hands on 3rd down. But they have a hell of a run. I think they average like 8 yards a carry or something crazy at BYU, so it makes sense.
Yeah, no, they've definitely run the ball well. And then they come back here. And you got this play action. Again, you're going to see him get under pressure quick from the left there.
Yeah, pressure on the left. No one's looking at him. No one's really open. So he's gonna step up, break a tackle, keep running.
And then he just kind of flips the ball out to his running back that's standing to his right. As he starts to break, this is a tough one. I mean, you can knock him because he's got the wide receiver wide open downfield. Right?
Yeah.
So this is a perfect spot for him to make his pro day throw, right?
Exactly. Yes.
But
he does this in his pro day, right? This throw he makes, rolling right, flick it off his back foot, doesn't set his feet. But that's a tough one. Let's see.
In reality, he's under duress here, and he doesn't get his head around to see it.
It's right there.
Yep.
He may see it there. It's just he just can't get it. Flips it. Yeah.
He's lucky that ball doesn't get picked because the ball bounces off of his running back's head and almost gets intercepted.
See, Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers don't pass up this guy downfield, in my opinion. If we're holding him to this, doesn't mean he's not the second best quarterback in the draft, but come on, man. I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers might get that throw off.
Yeah, he might at least wing it down there just to see what happens. Because there's plenty of room behind those guys that just throw it up and deep towards the sideline and hope your guy can get there.
And if you're watching, I'm not criticizing him for not being Aaron Rodgers. Let's just be real clear about that. It's not a knock.
No, it's not.
He's not Aaron Rodgers.
No, we're not.
That's him.
Yeah, that's correct, and that's the narrative that's been put out there, and it goes back to even in this game. I think people they were saying how there was the comparison between him and Aaron Rodgers and so on and so forth. So, and then so they run it here on 2nd and 10. They come back on 3rd and 5, and they run it again. They're short on 3rd and 5.
What do I do? Okay, so here's a little RPO that he holds on to.
Yeah,
let's check this out.
This is a good one because he wants to throw it, but he does a good job. He starts to throw and he's able to pull it down because that guy's getting up in his face. That's a really good job to be able to do that and still gain the 1st down.
Yeah, he is a good athlete. It's nice to see him under pressure. It's cool to see that he has big enough hands to do such an aggressive pump fake, get this guy up in the air, and he's a really good runner. He's a better runner than Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. That's the thing. Like, he doesn't throw as well in them because who does? But he really runs well.
Oh yeah, he's definitely more of a runner than either of those two. Two guys are.
That's right.
And then he comes back from that. This is a really nice one.
See, this is why I think the Niners would love Zach Wilson because the RPO is a big staple in the Niners offense. It has become. I mean, Jimmy runs them all the time. It's a lot of in-breaking routes in the Niners offense, and he's got a quick release.
Yeah, and he puts this ball right on the middle. This is a good one too. He's getting the ball out of his hand quick. Look where he's throwing it. The receiver hasn't cleared him yet, and he's getting that ball out fast.
Yeah, look at that. It's beautiful. It's perfect. Shanahan would love this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the thing about, not to bring up someone we're not looking at, but Justin Fields, they don't run very many RPOs. You don't see this very much at Ohio State, which some people may like. I mean, if you have RPOs in your offense, you may want to see that. You want to see that quick release. He has it. Mac Jones has it. Kellen Mond has it. I don't see it as much from Fields. I see it a quicker release really from Trey Lance, but that's neither here nor there.
We see with Justin Fields, you're seeing usually when they're running their RPOs, they're running curls and outs.
Yes, good point.
With that.
Good point. Yep, good point.
Which
is a little bit more conducive to his release or motion.
Yeah, it could be that. That could be part of it. I don't know. Not sure exactly.
Part of it.
Yeah. And then that was the slant, right? And then they got a little run here, and then they score on the next play.
It looks like the Niners. Is it not? Not that you're scouting the offense. I'm just saying.
No, it's good to point that out. It's good to point that out because you can see that.
Yeah.
This looks like a play you would see in the Shanahan offense where they get the fly jet motion, whatever you want to call it, with the zone coming off right behind it.
Yep. From a tight, heavy personnel grouping.
Mm-hmm.
To tight end. Yep.
And at zone blocking, you're going to see they get the overrun by the backside linebacker, and that's what creates the hole. 34 should be sitting.
34
should be there, but he overruns it.
Yep. Touchdown. Okay.
So really nice there. And then, so on that one, he had the good RPO and the good pull down on that little slant. So they come back here on the next possession, run on first down. Second down, they try this little flea flicker. And there's nothing down there for him. And so he runs it.
Yeah. Okay. 3rd and 3. What do they do?
They're going to run it.
Oh. See, if this is a question I would have if I were scouting him, I would want to talk to the coach. Why do you take the ball out of your guys' hands so much on 3rd down in the red zone? Why?
Yeah, no, that'd be a really good question to ask.
Why do you do this?
Yeah, and they run it here on 3rd and 3. They're up short. It ends up 4th and 1. And so here, this kind of answers. I mean, they're going to put the ball in his hands here. This is a nice little play. Gets him out of space.
Okay.
It gets him away from the rush, so he's able to see it really well. Puts a nice ball on 18.
Really nice.
And he drops it.
Yeah, really nice play. Really nice throw. But yeah, he's money outside the pocket. He's really money outside the pocket.
Yeah, if you give him a clean pocket without anybody where he has to move around, he's gonna be deadly. Accurate.
He's money.
There's no
quick release, accurate, aggressive down the field. He's just not really that big, and he's not going to be throwing like over the middle from the pocket that much, unless you can show me differently. A lot of stuff toward the sideline.
Yeah, and
in the pocket.
There's as you just said right there. There's the out. The out.
Yep. Strong arm.
And that's a nice one.
Mm-hmm. Quick release.
Across. He's never going to throw a ball that far across the field in the NFL.
Right.
But that's a good one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you don't make this throw in the NFL, but it's a good throw. Okay.
Yeah, just because the hashes just aren't as far apart.
Right.
And they come back with this little hitch. Not bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's the right read. It's the right throw. And again, this is a little quick, short throw. And you think, well, we're not scouting this, but this is a lot of thing you have to do a lot on the 49ers. He's fading back. He doesn't have the full wind up. He just flicks it out there. It's something you got to be able to do. It's something Joe Montana could do. Mm-hmm. Little release.
Yeah, it's an easy throw. He's got to make the correct read and know where he's going with the ball. You can see him looking through the break to where he needs to go, and he gets it right on him.
Yep. Okay. Handoff.
Yeah.
1st and 10.
And they come back here and they got the double hitches, I think, on the bottom. He does a good job of, again, seeing that one and seeing where it's got to go based on the alignment. He knows that guy's going to be in his way for the first guy, for his number 2 receiver on the inside. So he's got to go to the number 1 on the outside, and he hits him. That's really nice.
It's terrific. Decisive. He doesn't drop back and like, well, what do I do? Where do I go? Are you open? Maybe not. Yeah, maybe you are, though. I like that about him.
He knows he's reading right. he's taking his eyes over there, and his eyes taken, boom, boom. That's really nice. And then they run their little option, and this is, again, that's why they put the ball in his hands.
Like, I think he has more in common with Kyler Murray than Patrick Mahomes.
I think you're right with the way he moves around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's more, and I mean, it's hard to compare someone to Kyler Murray. That dude was a top 10 pick in 2 sports. He's the quickest player in the NFL. He's like quicker than Lamar Jackson. This guy's not quite like that, but his style is like reminiscent of Kyler when I watch it. Maybe it's just the number one.
No, I think you're right. I think part of it he is because if Patrick Mahomes, he does a really good job of sitting in the pocket. He doesn't really move around too much.
No, he fades back. He buys time, but he doesn't do this.
Yeah, and he also doesn't bounce around in the pocket, meaning like where he's hits his back step and then starts to fade one way or another when there's no pressure. You see him usually not do that. Where you see that with Wilson from time to time. You see it with Murray as well. That's a really
Aaron Rodgers didn't do this at Cal. I was at those games. He did not play like this. I mean, he couldn't run like this. This is a special runner.
Yeah, no, Aaron Rodgers isn't a guy that's like super fast or anything like that. He just has really good movement in the pocket and the ability to get out and move if he needs to. But he's not going to try to big plays like this. Right.
It's another messed up. Okay, here we go. Well, I guess we'll have to see it from the back.
Yeah, it's a little messed up, but
okay.
The one thing to notice here is just the amount of space that his receiver gets. Though his receiver doesn't have anyone within 10 yards of him when he catches the ball.
Oh yeah.
So I think there's a little bit of a bust on the coverage.
Yeah. What is that? Yeah. Wow. Okay, but still, nice throw.
Yeah, it's a good throw. He hits him on the money, and they make the play.
This is definitely his worst game of the year. I think it's the only game he loses. But so far, he's having a good game.
Yeah, he plays okay. The one thing, his numbers, he ends up with only 240 yards passing. You got to remember, he had 90 on the first throw.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that's what I said when I watched this one. But actually, this is supposed to be a screen, and it gets blown up. They blow it up right here. 34 does a great job. Not 34, but the edge rusher does a great job of feeling that 25 is not blocking him. He sits right behind it.
But it's interesting when he takes off to scramble, he like knees the ball. What does he do?
It just flips out of his hand.
Okay. Well, he's 4 points of pressure, 5 points of pressure.
Yeah, you want to have
tight.
Get 2 hands on the ball, right? 2 hands on the ball as a quarterback, so you can get ready to throw it. Instead, he's holding it with one hand. It slips out of his hand. But
okay, all right, it happens.
Yeah. And then we're getting towards the end of the half here. They spike the ball, and then you got this. This is a nice one. This is really nice. You see this a lot where they design movement.
Ooh. You can't tell me that's not Kyler Murray right there. That's great.
Yeah, he's
really good.
Running, throwing the ball back across his body. That's a terrific ball, terrific throw. It's designed. This one's designed movement. You could tell the tight end's going to try to hook the end.
That's really nice. He's really comfortable throwing on the run. Look at that.
Yeah, his ability just to whip it.
Look at that. Now, this is why I could see a lot of teams putting him number 1 or number 2 on their board, because as much as you like Mac Jones, he can't do that. As much as you like Tom Brady, he can't do that. There's only very few quarterbacks in the world who can do something like that. Look at the hit he takes at the end, too. Bounces his head off the turf, pops back up. Tough kid.
Yep.
I mean, nice play.
Yeah. No,
high upside for sure. And again, what I like about this tape is he's getting hit a lot. Like, you make this throw and you pay for it. Let's see what you do next play, because they just bounced your head off the turf. Boom. Ow.
Yep.
Nice. Tough kid. All right, let's see what he's got.
And they come back here, and they're it's the end of the half. So now they're trying to get the ball down the field with these verts, and really good coverage. And so he's only got the check down, but he doesn't have a timeout. I think on this one he throws us in on the ground on purpose. I think.
He sets up deep in the pocket, and then he steps up aggressively.
Yeah, he's wanting to drop it down. I think he's burning that one in the ground on purpose, because there was only 8 seconds and they had no timeouts left.
Agree. Good call. And is this the last play of the half here?
Yeah, so this is where he throws the pick. It's whatever.
Oh, okay.
He leaves this thing about 62 yards in the air, straight down the middle of the field. He gets intercepted, and this is where they go after him. You don't see it on the film.
Oh yeah, this is where they start. Oh right. Yep.
Yeah, the two guys that are going, they at this point they're definitely showing you that they have no problem. Their whole point is to try to get after him and see how he's going to perform with getting
because
knocked
you can
around.
tell the coaches have been like, he hasn't been touched all year. He hasn't. We'll see how he responds.
Yeah, let's get in his head.
Let's get in his head. So again, so he does this little turn to the left, gets deep, and then he can make a guy miss. That's very Kyler Murray-esque. Steps up, wings it deep. Kyler Murray could put that in the end zone, though. Kyler Murray has the strongest arm I've ever seen. God, that guy's a cannon. Not the strongest, but he's up there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's a Hail Mary at the end of the half. I'm not counting that really as an interception. It's not like a bad decision or a bad throw.
No, not at all. Not at all. It's a heck of a throw when you consider the fact he's moving around and he's doing his whole, his javelin step up and throw, but still, it's okay.
Yes.
And then they come out here to open up the second half, though, and this is a rough one to start. They kind of run this mesh break, and he's got the running back in the flat, and he just throws it too high.
See, like the difference between him and Mac Jones wouldn't miss this throw. And I feel like Zach Wilson is so into throwing off platform and different releases and quick little snap throws that he could be a little more consistent. Mac Jones just is automatic on the stuff behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, correct.
Automatic. Come on, man. You should be automatic on this.
That's the difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why everybody. That's the upside with Mac Jones.
He's automatic.
Yeah.
At least he was on tape, man. He's freaking automatic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then let's watch this next one. It's a quarterback option, but I think this is an interesting one because they're coming out of the half and he just got two guys beating up on him on the last play. Here he is running the option to the sideline. Take a little bit of a cheap shot over here on the sideline.
And then he gets in his face, right?
Yeah, well, he doesn't get in his face, but his reaction to stop and look at him, he's like, hey, So you can see right now that they've gotten in his head.
Yeah, Kaepernick used to act like that during games.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm an athlete too. Don't just think I'm a quarterback. I'm tough. I'm strong. I'm an athlete. That kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yes. And Kaepernick would kiss his bicep. Remember, he was all about how athletic he was.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson may not want to do that because he's not 6'4", 235 like Kaepernick was. Kaepernick had a point. Zach, you might just want to sit out this fight. Oh, but that is a cheap shot for sure.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It definitely is.
Yes.
He gets him in the back. This is a play you can kind of see with him running out of the Shanahan offense. Play action with this deep curl. He's got the post behind it. It's a nice ball. Throws it in. It's a little late, but that when you compare
right
when you compare this with Mac Jones running a similar concept,
it's real late.
Yeah,
Mac Jones will run the ball now.
Yeah, and the only reason I can say that he's late is because I think he's looking for that deep shot instead.
Yes,
and he can see that he's got. Yeah, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's trying to hold this ball for the deep post.
That's fair.
Thinking that's where it's going to come open. And part of it is because if you watch the defender that drops off on the inside, that guy right there.
Yeah.
When he hits the top of his drop and that guy starts to run the curl, you see him kind of flatten out for a second. And I think that's what Wilson is seeing. And so he's like, okay, I'm going to have the deep ball behind him.
And then boom.
He has a nice
actually
reaction.
A really good read. It's a hell of a read.
Yeah. So that's where you got to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that's what he's doing. And that's a really nice read, like you said. Yeah,
that's a hell of a read. That's a really nice throw. And again, when he has space to throw, he's really good. Now, what he does is he drops deep in the pocket and creates space for himself.
Mm-hmm.
And that allows him to step up and generate momentum. It works for him. He has a strong arm.
Yeah. When he has a clean pocket to work with, he's extremely good, extremely accurate. And I've been saying that. I knock him at times, and I'm not super high on him because of the problems when he has people around him. But when he has a pocket like this, he's just deadly.
And again, like Kyler, what he does is he drops real deep in the pocket to create space for himself, and it just feels like, well, if someone comes in off the edge, I can make one guy miss.
Yeah, and I think Kyler has to do that too because of his size.
Because of his size, yes. And this guy's taller.
Yeah, it helps him to see over. And that's where their speed comes in. That's a little RPO here as well.
Yes.
He does RPO, and he's got both of them out there. This time, that number 2 receiver on the inside, his man's deeper, so he's able to fit it in there to him instead of going wide.
And again, I like the how he adjusts his throwing motion, his release for this throw. It's quick. It's 3/4. It doesn't come all the way back. That's how you got to throw that pass. I like that.
Yeah.
This is a guy who's going to be good throwing RPOs in the NFL.
Mhm.
But he's not just an RPO guy. He can go deep on play action. He can roll. He can do pretty much anything you want physically. It's just a question of how's he going to do against pressure, because that's what's going to determine success in the NFL always. Always.
Yeah.
Always. But he's doing pretty good in this game.
Yeah, for the most part he is. And then here's
Yeah.
where you're talking. They're down in the red zone now, and they take the ball out of his hands from a throwing standpoint.
I don't get that. I'd love to know why. I mean, this is your all-world quarterback, and you don't trust it. You don't trust his arm. You trust his legs. What? Why? Why? It's weird, but they may have a good answer.
Yeah, that was
Here he goes
that
again.
was second 4, and then they come back right with the quarterback run here in third.
I mean, I'm sure Oklahoma had more trust in Kyler Murray as a thrower when he was winning the Heisman than this. What is this? It's not his fault. It's just a decision that the coach made, and the coach knows him very well.
Yeah, the guess is that either he doesn't feel that he's good enough in the red zone with the tighter windows, or
receivers.
The receivers aren't good enough to get open one-on-one in those tighter windows.
Right. So like the receiver, it's all schemed open with play action when you're backed up, but when it's time to actually win one-on-one, they can't do it.
Correct. It's one of the It could be one of those two things. That's what the answer
or a combo. Yeah. But that's probably if he liked Zach Wilson, would probably say the second thing, like you said.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that makes sense because a lot of what they do at BYU is scheming guys open off play action like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes. And this is a bad read right here from him. He takes this deep shot, but he's covered well. He's got the flat wide open. Just hit the flat. They get deep guys covered, your middle guys covered, hit the flat. That's where the ball should be going.
Yep. So he takes this, which is just kind of like 50-50 to see what happens. Give guys a chance. But it's
in the
not.
NFL, I think he gets the call.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
but
he doesn't.
It's just kind of like a 50-50 ball. Why do that? You don't need to. Like let's look at the score in the game. Let's see.
It's tight. I think it's
tight. Yeah. You're up 1. You don't need to do this.
No, he takes the deep shot instead. He's got the flat wide open. Hit the guy, get a first down.
It's one of the first bad reads we've seen from him in this game.
At the same time, though, you can say that, like I said, I think this is a ball that's in the NFL. I think they're going to call PI on this one.
Yeah, possible. It's kind of his way. Yeah.
Yeah, just because of the amount of contact that's going on there.
Yeah.
Then they got to run on her on second down for a first, and they gain a first. So here's the first time we've seen him again. He's going to have to move though.
Interesting. See, this is what he does against pressure. He takes the deep drop and then he steps up like aggressively. I like that. And then he throws kind of while jumping, which is a little Jeff Garcia-ish, which is cool. That's cool. He's like the off-platform guy of this draft. But this is a bad throw. Let's see what happens.
It is. And this is what you see a lot of him when you watch him in 2019 too, when he's having to move. Where when he starts to have to move his feet around, his accuracy goes from say like a 9 to like a 5.
Ooh, okay.
When he's having to move around in the pocket, not when he's taking off and running out to his right or to his left. That's different. When he's got to step up and make a throw in the middle like this, his accuracy goes
You're talking
down.
like sliding and resetting.
Yeah.
Yes. Kind of thing Brady does. Yes.
Yeah, he becomes much more inconsistent than he is when he's out taking off to his right or left deep.
Right. So like a comparison between Zach and Mac, Zach is much better throwing outside the pocket on a run. Mac is much better resetting and sliding in the pocket.
Yeah, that's his whole game.
Yep, that's his whole game.
He has the ability. He has the ability to step up and slide. There's game film where you can see him doing that.
Yes.
But it's not going to be. When he does that, he's not going to have the arm like you have with Wilson. Because there's game. Everybody does this where you can say, well, Mac Jones doesn't move. Well, you can find, if you want to find it, you can find clips of him moving and throwing the ball.
He actually can move. Watch the game against Notre Dame. He scrambles really well in that game. He actually he's pretty good. I like Mac Jones. I don't know. It's tough to say who I like better, Mac Jones or Zach Wilson. All I know is I love Kellen Mond, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, let's keep talking. Let's keep going. Okay. Zach Wilson has a creativity flair about him, and I think that's why people compare him to Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is the dude who came into the league throwing no-look passes. I think this guy has a little bit of that. I don't know if he's going to be as good as Patrick Mahomes, but he has that confidence that's fun to watch.
Yeah, he has that flair.
Yes.
The thing with Mahomes, going back to it though, Mahomes is just so darn good out of the pocket all the time. I mean, I know he moves and he makes all kinds of fascinating plays. He did against the 49ers in that game back in 2018, the Garoppolo game when he gets hurt. He makes a great move and throw in that one, if you remember.
But he's a monster in the pocket. It's not like he's trying to get out.
No.
That's more Kyler Murray. And this is why I compare him to Kyler Murray. But again, Kyler Murray is the quickest quarterback with one of the strongest arms in the league. He was top 10 pick in 2 sports. It's really hard to compare any athlete to him. Even though he's short, that doesn't really mean anything. Yeah.
Yep. He gets by with that. And then here, he's gonna get pressure and he's gonna go to this check down. He misses a wide open receiver. Actually, this is in the middle of the field. We'll get back.
Does he get his arm hit?
No. He's late. He's late on the throw a little bit. And that's part of it because he's got the ball coming out of his hand is coming out of his hand late. And so he's got to throw it behind him because it comes out late because he's got the linebacker that he's got to get it inside of.
Here's the pressure.
The ball should have come.
Oh.
Yeah. The ball should have come out earlier is the problem here.
Yeah, it should have. So it's kind of like behind him. Does he catch it? He might catch it. He catches it. Okay. It's not a great throw, but it's a little late.
This is one where if he throws it on time, he's catching it and running, hopefully, because that ball should be right behind that linebacker's ear. This guy right here on the right linebacker, it should be right behind his ears where that ball should be coming out, but you can see it's
right.
Late.
And again, what I see with Zach Wilson is when he can't really step into his throw and he has to just have a little like upper body torque, boom, real quick. Look at the ball die.
Yeah,
it's just not. He does not have that Aaron Rodgers flick. I don't care. He does not.
He's not really able to step into the throw at all with his way his body is. Yeah.
And that's what the NFL is. There's so many plays in the NFL where you can't step in and you got to throw off your back foot and have some juice. And not all, only the elite quarterbacks can do that, but everyone assumes that he can do it. I don't really see that from Zach Wilson.
Yeah. And just going back to this one again, I mean, it's a completion, but when you watch it from the all 22, you can see him coming out late. He's reading the linebackers his read. If the linebacker jumps out to the flat, then he goes to the flat. If he sits in the middle, if the linebacker sits, then you go to the flat. The linebacker really makes it a tough read on him, but he should see that the guy's flat-footed. He can throw the ball in behind him. He's open, open, and the receiver has to settle.
Okay, so it's not a bad read. He's a little late. The arm strength isn't what you would expect from Zach Wilson, but he completed the pass. We're just really holding the microscope to him because he's going to be the number 2 or number 3 pick.
Yeah, absolutely. And then on this one here, this is the one I was thinking of. He misses that guy's wide open over the middle, number 2.
Yeah, 2. What are you doing, buddy?
And he doesn't see him. He's open right now. He's open, doesn't see him.
Yeah, and also, what is his process on this play? He gets the ball, he looks left, then he looks all the way back to the right, then he looks to the middle, then he looks to the middle. What? He looked in 5 different places in this, and it seemed random.
Go back to the all 22 and let's take a look at it. We can see where he's looking.
Is it all 22 this?
Oh, there might not be.
Yeah, there might not be. Yeah.
It hits it late. This is one of the plays that they miss out. But he's probably looking over with I bet you it's one of those plays where they have with BYU where they have those crossers and then they got the guy sitting in the middle.
Yes.
The guy sitting in the middle is wide open and he just doesn't see any. You can look right there. It looks like he looks at him. And
that's what I'm saying. It looks like he's looking right at him. What do you? Interesting. Let me talk to Zach Wilson about this. It even winds up for a second. You saw that?
Yeah.
So hold it. Mm-hmm. So he looks right at dude. Now
looks
winds up. Yeah. And then why does he pull this down? Because this guy flashes in front of him?
Yeah, well, it could be that, or either that, or because we don't see the whole field on this view. That I don't know if maybe there's a deeper route that's running behind too that he was thinking he was going to pull it to, because you can see the safety moving across. See how the safety's moving across deep. So maybe that's where he was pulling it and never really saw the guy.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know.
Anyway, so he checks down. What is he? His little sidearm?
Yeah, his little sidearm off.
Oh, nice. Gotta love that.
Yeah, gets it out there. Would have liked to have seen him go to 2 over the middle, though. That would have been the perfect throw.
Absolutely. Execute.
Yep.
This is why, you can make the argument that any quarterback the Niners take at 3 should sit a year. I mean, Mahomes did. These guys lack experience. Zach Wilson does a lot of good stuff, but that wasn't good execution. What happens here?
It's really quick pressure.
Okay, good. Let's see that. That's NFL stuff.
He just doesn't have a chance. It's play action, and as soon as he starts the back, he's got the pressure coming right up his face. There's two guys.
Yeah. Tries to make a guy miss. Just can't.
Yeah, it's too fast.
It's too fast. Okay, 3rd and 20.
That's Mike McGlinchey over there, right tackle.
Yeah. 3rd and 20, and of course they don't pass, or do they?
They do. It's just a little wide receiver screen.
They really don't make him throw in obvious passing situations very much.
Not
it's
too
always
often.
Run pass situations. That's very interesting. Something to note. I mean, if this guy's supposed to be better than Trevor Lawrence, I mean, Clemson trusts Trevor Lawrence to throw on 3rd and medium. Let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ohio State trusts Justin Fields to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Very strange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they come out and they run it, and then they go to a pass here.
Okay, 2nd down. Now you're passing, of course.
This is a nice one. I think this is a similar concept to the one they just ran that we were talking about.
Yes.
I think where he does a nice job. You can see him running out to the left of this running back. You can see that it's covered well. He comes off it. He hits this guy really nice in the middle.
Yeah,
that's a nice play. It's pretty. Unfortunately, you can't see him too quick.
Let's watch the yellow pole real quick.
But you can see real quick. He's looking out to the top to his left. He comes back. That's nice. That's what you're looking for.
He's good. I like him better than Justin Fields. I think he sees the field better. I think he has a quicker release. I think he's a better decision maker. I am a little concerned about his durability because he plays like Kyler Murray, and Kyler Murray got hurt last year. He's not as quick as Kyler. He definitely did try to truck that dude at the beginning of the game. That's scary. I hope you don't do that in the NFL, Zach. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
He comes back from that one. This is a nice one too. Nice little play action. He's pretty locked in on this one down the middle from the get-go. He's read it correctly, and they got the blitz, so this is a good ball.
This guy falls down. That must be pretty scary. But hangs in there. Makes a nice throw. Watch the release. It's just a really quick – he does have a quick release, man. That's why people compare him to Aaron Rodgers, the release.
Yeah.
Not the strength, but the release.
Yeah, it's a really nice ball with the middle, and
he drops it.
He either drops it or the guy gets his hand in there. Either way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is one of the funniest plays I've ever seen. He does a good job. He moves, finds his guy, and then what's this guy doing? Whoop!
Where are you going, dude? Oh no! Don't do it, dude. Oh, he's going back. Oh, he's going way back. It's like Bojo. Oh no! He lost 80 yards on that play.
It was a pass completion for a loss of 16 yards.
Oh no, that's funny.
I remember watching this live. It's like, where's this guy going? This is seriously like freshman level high school.
Yeah. No.
Response out of 82. I mean, he's running backwards.
Did he point to someone? Was he trying to line up blocks or something?
I don't
yeah.
He just gets spun around. He's like, I'm going to make all these guys miss.
I'm going to be the hero.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. This is what, 3rd and – is he going to throw here?
Yeah, 3rd and 26.
Right.
Yeah. They're gonna just run basically all verts. They're gonna try to get this down the field, and it's well covered. Look at all the
deep defenders. Yeah. Where are you supposed to go with that? Well, he's open now. He's gonna run.
Yep.
Oh no. Zach Wilson, dude. This guy has got a little bit of, I don't know, man. He's gonna put himself in some situations. He's got a little machismo to him, man. He's Sonny Corleone.
He's not.
He's Sonny Corleone, man. He's gonna just barge right into the secondary.
He's gonna hurdle over this guy and take it to the house.
Oh no! Oh no! See, he's gonna realize that he can't pull off the same stuff in the NFL that he could do in whatever conference he played in this year. I just have a feeling.
No, don't get hurt. You really don't want to see him doing this kind of stuff in the NFL.
No. He has the confidence that he knows he's the most athletic player on the field, but it's not going to be that way for Zach in the NFL. Ooh, that could have been bad, but
yeah, and he's up in the air, flips him, he lands on his shoulder. Yeah,
that's your franchise quarterback. How does that make you feel if you just spent a $40 million signing bonus on him and he's 27? Like, that's scary. That's scary stuff, dude.
It is. It is.
Okay, play action. 1st and 10. Fades away, creates space for himself. That's what he wants to do.
So on this one, this I don't like this play at all. He's moving for no reason, and he's missing a wide open receiver to go to the flat. He's got the curl wide open, and he pulls it down and he goes to the flat instead. That guy's open
because he wants space. He likes throwing off platform and he wants space, so he's always going to be fading back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the fact that he's fading right here is part of the reason why it's a inaccurate throw out to the left side. There was no reason to even go there. The curl's open. He throws it on time. Instead, he's not seeing the field on this one and slides out to the left. So one of the things,
inaccurate throw.
Yeah, one of the things that comes up a lot when you hear people talking about Justin Fields is they point to that. There's some stats out there that show the completion percentage at different levels of the field, and they'll point to that as to show how accurate Justin Fields is, and they'll do it, or Zach Wilson or whatever quarterback they want to do it with. But this is here's another example of a throw that's not a good throw.
No,
and it's
completion. Yeah.
But so it looks like he's accurate, but this isn't an accurate throw in any way, shape, or form.
Right. And when you watch like Mac Jones throw these passes within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, like he's always throwing them in the right place for yards after the catch.
Yeah, and even like on Justin Fields, you go back to his pro day, it was spectacular. He had a lot of really nice throws. He also had a lot of throws where guys are having to adjust and turn around. They got a guy running across the middle on one of his throws, and the guy's got to jump and turn around and make the catch and things like that. So,
and just watch Zach Wilson's legs here. Like he could set his feet.
Yeah, there's no reason for him to be doing anything. No, he should be hitting his back foot. He should be hitting his back foot right there and zinging that curl in for a first down. Instead, he's moving his feet for no reason, and he's taking making a bad throw for a 3-yard gain.
Yep. Yeah, he made that throw way harder than it needed to be with that little jump.
Mm-hmm. So that's the kind of stuff where I say, he's different from Mahomes, and this right here looks like Kyler Murray. That play.
Yes,
that's the kind of stuff I see Kyler Murray doing.
No doubt.
And part of why he misses throws from time to time.
Yes.
Then they come back with
also misses reads from time to time. You can watch the Cardinals. He will pass up open receivers all the time just to keep holding on to the ball, extend the play, and it works for him sometimes.
Yeah, I think some of it is he's having a hard time really seeing the field.
Yep, I agree.
So that's why they're moving around, trying to get to where they can see it.
Yes. Okay, hand off. It's going to be another one of these plays that you can't see from the all-22. Unfortunately. Spins away. This is where he wants to be, outside the pocket.
I think this one shows up. You can see this one on all 22, but they're running deep, and there you go. It's well covered down the field, and he gets some pressure. If he's going to get pressure off his left side, it's well covered down the field. Look at how deep Coastal Carolina. They're putting 8 in coverage, and they're getting pressure at 3. And so there's just no hole. He gets out, does a good job of getting out, and then finds one receiver that he's able to zing it across to for a good game. I mean, this is an athletic play out of him.
Heads up play to find the guy on the other side of the field. Usually don't see quarterbacks even look there.
Yeah, he made the best play that he could given the situation.
Yes, he did. And there's a hold on the play because he extended it, and I guess 67 there. Yeah, that would count. Mm-hmm. Nice little flip throw. I like how he can flip his hips real fast and get the ball out. That's a nice skill. Big time.
Yeah. This was really nice.
Yep.
And then here's again, it's late in the game. They get everybody running down the field. They're trying to get deep. It's well covered again, and he just throws it out.
Yeah, nothing you can do there.
But Carolina they just did such a good job. They were sitting in coverage. They're really good on the back end. They were really good at up front in this game. Really made it hard on them.
So what's the score here? Nope.
They're down. This is right at the end of the game, last 22 seconds. So they're down 5.
Okay.
This ball right here. This is a wild throw.
Let's see.
Again, they're running verts because they got to get the ball down the field.
Yep.
And he hits this ball in the hole. This is just a tremendous throw. Great catch on the back end by 18.
Yeah, it's a great throw.
That's
a hell of a throw.
That's 40 yards on a rope.
Yeah, I don't think Mac Jones has the juice in his arm to do this.
No, not even close.
Not even close. Justin Fields could do this. Trey Lance could do this. Trevor Lawrence could do this, but Zach Wilson certainly can do this.
Yeah, and this is a really nice ball. Really good play out there by the receiver at the end of that too, to be able to get up and make that catch. No contact's coming.
Again, though, he's able to get those like four hitches into the throw. 1, 2, 3, and that really helps. But I mean, dude, I think you could give Mac Jones 8 hitches. He wouldn't be able to do that. It's a really strong.
No, he's not going to make it. He doesn't have the arm to make that throw.
No. Now then again, though, I mean, not to bash on McCorkle. I mean, he might have thrown this ball. He's probably so quick. He might have thrown it now.
He's probably going to throw it to this guy right here running across the field.
This one here. Yeah, that's a really big time throw from Zach. The Zach attack. All right. Okay, here we go. Trying to win this game. Deep drop. Evades the rush. Gets out of the pocket. Checks it down. That's Kyler Murray. Straight up. Real deep. Did I lose you, Jack? Well, we made it pretty far. Checks it down. Man. All right. Well, Jack will come back soon. Is this not Kyler Murray? It's very much Kyler Murray. The super deep drop so you can see the field and make the guy miss, get out of the pocket, throw on the run, check it down. It really reminds me of Kyler Murray. I guess a Kyler Murray who would be a better fit for the Niners offense because he's a little bit bigger. You don't have to put him in spread offense all the time. Okay. It's a nice throw. He's really leading him down the field. Let's see if Jack's back yet. Jack's back. Hey, Jack.
Yeah, my Wi-Fi is so awesome.
Happens. Happens. So, okay, this play, he breaks the pocket and flips it down. Just how deep he gets in his drop and how he's able to make the pass rushers miss just reminds me of Kyler Murray.
Oh yeah. No, I heard you talking about that one. Yeah. No, it's terrific. He's doing really good. Again, this is a situation they're playing prevent. They're only rushing 3. Mm-hmm. He's still getting pressure. He's making moves and finding guys. He's moving them down the field.
He's going to make defensive tackles like this miss all the time in the NFL.
I agree. Hard.
Yeah.
Those bigger guys in the middle are going to have a hard time getting them. The ends maybe not so much, but those tackles for sure, yes.
Yeah, like the way Kyler Murray makes Nick Bosa miss all the time, I'm not sure that Zach Wilson is going to be quite that elusive, but he's going to be more elusive than most quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Okay, so here he goes. He's got space. Nice throw over the middle.
Yeah, he takes what they're giving him, right? He's still got enough time, and they're dropping back, so they hit that little cross underneath. It's a nice one.
I just like his quick release.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
He puts it right on him.
What is this? Okay, spike.
Yeah, so you got the spike, and then here, that now they've definitely got the umbrella coverage. They're only right at the end.
Right, because there's 3 seconds left. There's nothing else you can do.
Yeah, there's not much, and they've got 3 guys in the end zone. Nobody's covering the receiver out here, so he just gets it up to him quick to set up a final play in the red zone.
See, Kyler Murray would have just done the Hail Mary and to DeAndre Hopkins, and they would have won. But he doesn't have DeAndre Hopkins, I guess.
Probably, yeah. So and then that sets up the final play here, and they run. This is he's got nothing deep. They're trying to they're giving him three verticals, 2 verticals to choose from with 2 ends. The verticals are covered well. The only guy he's got open is the guy he throws it to, and he hits them, and they can't score. That's not his fault that they don't score though. He makes the right throw, does the best he can with the play.
No way. They get that close. No way. It's like the Super Bowl with the Rams and the Titans.
Yeah. He hit him right on the goal line,
Oh, so he's Steve McNair.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I always liked Steve McNair.
I did too.
Although Steve McNair was a tough dude. That dude was big.
He was a big son of a gun.
Big dude, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, nice. Hey, if this is his worst game of the year, it's a hell of a game.
It is, yeah, and it is his worst game, and you can see the concerns that we've talked about show up at times.
Yes.
But at the same time, he makes plays, and he's keeping his team. As rough as this game was for him, he kept his team in the game. This was the first time all season where BYU went out and got punched in the mouth. And you can kind of see them reeling a little bit, and at the same time though, they stuck right in there and they had a shot at the end, and he just misses it. It's not his fault that they don't score.
Yeah, I thought if it weren't for him, BYU never would have been in the game. He was by far the best thing they had going on. His only turnover was not a bad play. He had no plays that should have been turnovers, except for the one where he fumbled the ball. But he got it back. He dribbled it off his foot or whatever. Yeah. He really had a really good game. He missed a few reads, but I mean, every college quarterback does. Every quarterback does.
Yeah, totally. There's going to be you can pick and choose any quarterback in any game, and you're going to be able to find some mistakes, and you see them here. For me, it's fun to watch because you're actually able to see him moving around and having to get hit. So that looks a lot like his 2019 film. But overall, I don't. If you're looking at that game and saying that's the reason why you're not going to take him at number 2, if you're the Jets, then you're mistaken, I think.
Yeah, I'm seeing people in the comment section saying this is the closest thing the Niners can get to Deshaun Watson. Again, maybe there's some carryover between him and Watson, but I think Wilson wants to run more than Watson does. I think Wilson really, really, really wants to run. And on the Kyler Murray level. It's like the biggest scramblers in the league are going to be Wilson, Murray, and Jackson. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, and that's what concerns me is with him at the next level where he's going to be having pressure more often, that he's not going to be able to, because you saw where as this game wore on, there was that one series there where he was really starting to move around when he didn't have to and missing throws. Yes. And that in the NFL, when that's happening week after week, he's going to start to have those issues, and you're going to see. That's why I'm not a huge fan of Kyler Murray, although he'll make spectacular plays here and there. He just doesn't do it on a regular basis, and you see him missing plays that should be made.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's fair, but I do think the Niners would really want Zach Wilson if he were there at 3. I think they would feel that he would have a higher upside than Mac Jones, and I think that if Zach Wilson can sit for a year the way Mahomes did and really learn an offense and not play too soon, because I think he's green also. He's had one good year. He might end up being a really good NFL quarterback, but I think where he ends up and whether he has to play right away will determine it. Like if he goes to the Jets and has to play right away, forget about it. He's going to stink, I think.
I agree with you. He's a guy that exactly. If you're expecting him to come in and start day one for you, you're gonna have a hard time with it. I think you're right. He needs to sit a little bit, just get a little bit of seasoning, and maybe that's the perfect situation for him to go into, really, right? Even from the Jets standpoint, they've got. I don't think they really expect to get a ton out of Sam Darnold as far as the trade, like the 49ers are trying to get, maybe. Mm-hmm. Whereas, so if you put him in there, you let him sit for the first half of the season, second half of the season, then you go out there and you roll him out and let him have at it.
Yeah, so. I think that would be the best. I mean, because the thing about Watson, remember, Watson sat for like 3 or 4 games, and people were like, "Oh, he can't play. This Texans offensive line is getting people hurt. It's so bad." Watson comes in is phenomenal from right away. I wouldn't necessarily expect that from Zach Wilson because he doesn't have the resume that Watson had coming. Watson was battle tested to the highest degree in college football. He went to the national championship, won it. He went to the national championship twice, I think. Zach Wilson's had one good year in a pandemic, so I think he needs a little time, a little seasoning. The speed of the game is going to be a little shocking to him. But maybe you could say the same thing about Mahomes coming out of Texas Tech in the sense that he played in the Big 12. That's a big jump in terms of the defenses you're seeing. And he sat a year on a good team and a good offense, and boom, it all worked out. Maybe it wouldn't have worked out if he had been drafted by the Jets.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, you never know. And it's for me when you talk about Deshaun Watson, the game for me that proved that Watson was the guy was his win against Alabama in that national championship game, because he was getting beat up in that game and he just kept coming at him. And so that's what I liked about him, and that's where I was like, well, look at this guy and his toughness. He's just continuing to battle. And the fact that he actually won that game is why I was like, he'd be a great pick for the Niners. I'd love to see that guy.
Yeah, you were right. And the reason I'm skeptical when people say, well, Fields is like Watson, or, Fields never accomplished anything like that. Fields had his chances in the national championship, and he didn't play particularly great against Alabama. He played it well against Clemson. He played extremely well against Clemson this year. But against Alabama, I mean, Kyle Trask played better against Alabama than Justin Fields did. So I don't know. I mean, and even comparing him to Cam Newton just made college football look like, nothing. It was easy for him. Mm-hmm. So I don't know exactly what the comp is for Justin Fields. I don't think I found one, but Kyler Murray, I kind of like the Kyler Murray comp for Zach Wilson. They're a little different, but they're similar.
Yeah, so definitely if we go that route and going back to your deal on Cam Newton and Justin Fields on that side of it, yeah, I agree with you. Cam Newton is without Cam Newton, Auburn doesn't win that game. Right. And when you look at Justin Fields in that national championship game, he struggles. You can say what you want about it. There's receivers that are open that he just flat out misses, and that's why they weren't able to keep up with the Alabama offense.
The thing about Justin Fields is why I think Kyle's gonna go away from him. Not just the mental side of the game, because you don't really know what the progressions are, but just his throwing motion, the way he goes about throwing, he creates this whip. He has his hand go below his elbow, and then he whips it back up, and it generates a ton of torque. I think it's one of the reasons he's so powerful down the field, but that's just going to lead to inconsistency on the quick stuff, on the short stuff.
Yeah, it could cause some issues just because there's so much movement going on. And I think that's what Chris Sims was pointing out.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think that's what it was.
No, yeah. Also the numbers that Fields has under pressure are alarming. Like why can you not find a hot receiver? Why can you not beat the blitz? Why is your quarterback rating so bad under pressure? Well, part of the way that you beat a blitz is you find the hot receiver. He doesn't do a very good job of that. But then, two, you got to shorten up your release to get the ball there. You're on your back foot. You're fading away. You can't do the whole thing. And we see Zach Wilson can do that. Justin Fields, I don't know. He's more of a power thrower the way Cam Newton is. He muscles into it, which really helps him throw the ball 70 yards down the field. Great at that. But that's not really the Niners offense. I mean, he'd be better suited going someplace like, I don't know, someplace that throws down the field a whole lot.
For Justin Fields, a good spot would be Pittsburgh. But, I mean, he's not going to fall that far, but that's the type of offense. If he was at Pittsburgh, he'd be
Vertical.
The perfect guy. Yeah, he'd be the perfect guy to take over for Ben Roethlisberger.
Good call. Yeah, I don't have anything against Justin Fields. I think he can – if Cam Newton won an MVP, maybe Justin Fields could too. But a lot of these guys, it's a fit thing, and I'm not certain he's the best fit for the Niners because the Niners are so much built around stuff behind the line of scrimmage, slants, quick throws. That's not going to magically go away. I'm sure they'll call a few more deep passes with a new quarterback because Jimmy just couldn't do it. But it's not like they're going to go bombs away all the time. That's not what their weapons are. The Yak Bros. They call themselves that.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they you have Ayuk who can be a little more of a downfield threat. That's your downfield threat. You saw where the quarterbacks last year were missing him at times, just not even throwing him the ball. So, if you have Fields, maybe you're going to get some of those shots. I'm not against Fields at number 3. I like Fields. He's my second favorite quarterback in this draft so far. I really like Trey. I've really come on with Trey Lance too, though.
Yeah.
Any of those 3 guys, those top 3 that we're talking about, Jones, Fields, and Lance, give me any of those 3 and let's go to battle. Let's see what happens in September and then start arguing about it then.
Jack, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate you. I don't know what the word would be, but taking us through it. I didn't know what to expect. It was a really interesting game. He played a lot better than I expected. That was interesting.
Yeah, it was good. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Jack. Thanks for watching, everyone.